everyone, welcome to WeTV. It's Chris, and today, of course, is another I Can Make Day, and I'm sure that you're looking at all the stuff here and wondering, what are we going to make today? Well, I'm glad you asked, because today is a trick or treat surprise. Trick or treat surprise. And what do you need to make a trick or treat surprise? Well, let me show you. We are going to use a plastic jack-o'-lantern right here, and we're going to use a costume, okay? And the costume can be whatever you want to be the costume. I'm going to use this shirt to be my costume just to show you how it's going to work. And we're also going to use newspaper. Got newspaper right here, and you may want to use gloves. That's up to you. I'm not going to use gloves today, but I will explain to you how to use the gloves. It's really simple. And then, of course, you're going to need some tools. You're going to need a utility knife or maybe some scissors, and you probably need a sewing kit. You need a thread and a needle, and I will show you why in a little bit. But first, let's go through our steps. So first, we are going to cut a hole in the jack-o'-lantern, and then we're going to put newspaper in the sleeve of our costume. Your costume does need to have long sleeves for this to work, okay? Or you're going to have to wear like a cape around your shoulder. I think the long sleeve will be a little bit easier, maybe even do both. Then we're going to sew the glove to the sleeve if you're using gloves, and then we're going to put little holes in the jack-o'-lantern someplace different than the big hole. And we're going to sew the glove or the sleeve directly to those holes, and then we will fill our jack-o'-lantern with candy and have some fun. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's make. Okay. First, we need to cut a hole in this pumpkin. So I'm going to try and do that here. I hope this little knife is up to the task. Look at that, nice and easy. Now I'm cutting a big hole because I'm going to put my arm through the hole, so I need to have some space. Alright, we now have a hole. I can put my arm in it. Perfect. Now, this is going to serve as my Halloween costume, and I need to button this sleeve. So I am going to put newspaper inside this sleeve. And I think the best way to do it is just to crumple the newspaper, crumple, and then put it into the sleeve. And you can see I have a little opening here. I'll probably sew that opening shut, but right now I just want to crumple the newspaper. Okay, as you can see, it doesn't have to be full so it's tight. It just needs to have some shape, okay? Now I'm going to take care of this. I really should be sewing this from the inside. In other words, I should open up the sleeve. I think we can do this. Let's just do it the other way. Just reverse the sleeve. Yeah. And we'll sew it this way, so that way the stitching doesn't show out. That's the best way to do it. And I'm just going to do this really quick and easy. Having people think our arm is in the sleeve is what is going to make this prank work out well. All right. Put this back inside. I guess I could have put it inside before I buttoned it up. It might have been a little easier. But it's okay. Good. So that's ready. And now what I want to do is, so I'm going to put my arm here, but the idea is to make it look like I'm holding the pumpkin. So, since my arm won't be here, I'm going to sew the sleeve actually down here so it'll look like my arm is underneath the pumpkin. So let's put some holes underneath here. Remember, always be careful when you're using your knife. Make sure your parents are there to watch and or help. Wow, that was tough, but I finally got 2 holes put in this thing. You might need to use something a little stronger than a knife if your pumpkin is as thick as mine at the bottom. I actually had to use a nail, and I used a hammer to punch the nail through. So that's one way to make a hole. Anyway, let's continue. Now I'm going to sew this in place, so I'm just going to put the needle through my sleeve, put it down here, pull it in, and then come back out the other hole, back through the sleeve, and just do this a couple times just to keep it in place. It doesn't have to be a great job because the people aren't going to sleeve this, it's at the bottom. It just needs to be able to hold it where you want it. Okay, so as you see, I didn't button this all the way down because the more buttons, it's going to start to stretch here. It's not going to look right because obviously my shoulder is in here. I think I can push this padding down a little, give my shoulder a little more room. Yeah, that's a little better. So now let's put some candy in here and try this out. Okay.
What?
I want you to get some candy.
And what do I say?
Just get some candy. You can say thank you. Thank you. Perfect. So you might want to add a cape to hide the fake arm a little bit more. As you can see, this covers me even better. And it's much easier if I can rest this on the table because this with all the candy in it's pretty heavy. But it worked out great. I really got Phoebe. So I just want to say thanks for watching another I Can Make, and I'll see you next time on WeTV. Goodbye, everyone.